fucking yuck.
Oof. She's bitching about the food at Chuck E. Cheese. That's like going to a whorehouse and complaining about the decor.
You can find me on Etsy. I'd rather find you dead in a ditch.
Horrific. What the fuck do you need to say that for?
Hashtag ish.
I'm your classic girl next door. If she lived next door to me, I'd fucking move. Teamwork makes the dream work. No, it doesn't. It takes exactly 1 second to get out of your mouth. You're not saving any time. You're not in a rush. Motherfucker. Bro, you good? Ugh. I don't like it. At all. Welcome to the Jim Florentine Everybody is Awful podcast on Barstool Sports. Chad from Texas sent this one in. This hot chick in his town posted something that didn't happen. And she put it in an online garage sale site, I guess. Probably like the Facebook where you sell shit or something. She writes, I know this is mostly for selling stuff, but I also know that pretty much a lot of people in this town are in this group. So I just wanted to share something free. A smile. Oh, we get a free smile. Yay. Yuck. Today I went to get a Starbucks coffee, ordered a Venti Mocha Frappuccino. I got to the window and they handed it to me and they said, have a blessed day. So I said, wait, I still need to pay. They said, no, ma'am. The person before you paid for it and said to tell you you look very pretty today and to have a nice day. And just when I started to think, oh my God, calories, and panicking over my decision to get this coffee, just like that, it made my day that much brighter. Even in all this rain, I'm not sure who it was, but whoever it was, thank you. So I guess the guy that paid for it in front of her, or the woman, saw her in her rearview mirror at the other area where you order, where the screen is, back there, like, 3 car lengths back, and saw how good looking she was just in her car. He goes, I got to go pay for her coffee too. This happens a lot, right? Always on the line, the drive-through that someone paid for it. I know some guy told me in California, him and his wife got a lot of money. They do it once in a while, but they don't put it on Facebook. This is a hot chick. And she had to put in there that the person said to tell you look very pretty today and to have a nice day. Like Chad said from Texas that sent this in, first world problems of a hot chick. She wanted to remind everybody that I'm hot. She wanted everyone else to say that was a good deed and you look pretty every day. He's right about you looking pretty. She wanted that in the comment section. How come she didn't do it to the person behind her then? If she got the free coffee, why didn't she go? She should have went to another level with this. Said, well, since they paid for mine, I go, you know what? Then pay for the people behind me. Now, mind you, that this hot chick, whoever paid for her coffee, this hot chick had to order before this person paid. Like if this person's up at the window, goes, okay, it's $11.89. Hey, I'm going to pay for that girl behind there because she looks really hot in her car. Okay. Now, she had to order before then. Who knows how long that line was? Who knows if someone even took her order yet? She might still be at the place where you got to order, so she might not even put her order in yet. And what is the girl at the drive-thru going to do? Well, she didn't put her order in yet, so I don't know how much to charge you. Okay, let's just wait until she orders, and I'll pay for that too. What if she was ordering like $40 worth of stuff? What if she was getting it for her work? A bunch of different orders. You'd still pay for that? But this girl wanted to give a free smile out on this Facebook trading page, I guess, whatever, where you buy shit. And it was for free. I'm going to give a smile, and this one's going to be for free. It's a smile. Who the fuck smiled at that story? Tell me. She had to remind everybody to let me know that I'm hot. And it's some stranger even thought I was pretty. Did anyone really smile at that story? Like, hey, some guy like if I told my son that when he came home today, hey, I was at Starbucks today and I went to go pay for my order at the drive-thru and someone in front of me paid for it. He'd be like, why? I don't know. Did they know you? I go, no, they just did it because they just wanted to be nice. So they paid for my coffee. He's like, oh, okay. He wouldn't smile. Nobody would. They go, oh, that's nice. That's cool. It didn't make anybody's day. It just made your day because a few people said, of course you're pretty. You're very pretty. You're pretty every day. Not just this, well, stop. I was just letting people know about the cut. No, you weren't. We know what you were doing. We're on to you. We are on to you. Now, you're going to get this stuff. You're going to get that on Facebook, okay? Or do you want this? Kyle sent this in. You want a joke like this? I don't know what's worse. This guy posted, seeing Bill and Melinda Gates not excel at their relationship has me like, word. I wish our windows weren't closed, but you made it a PowerPoint to stay away. Here's hoping to your future and hoping that it has a better outlook. You think that made anybody smile? I'd rather smile at the fucking coffee story than that. I hope to have a better outlook. Oof. This is what people are using Facebook for. Just know that. Jeremiah sent this in. He goes, hey, Jim, Jim, I love the podcast. It helps me realize I'm not alone in the fight for common sense and self-respect. That's funny. He goes, I sent you an email about the We Are Family song I had to hear at my cousin's wedding. I can't escape it. At the gas station yesterday, pumping my gas, I hear the song playing from the gas station speakers. Why? For what? No reason. I don't like it, but I understand playing it at a wedding. But at a gas station, who is family there? If we are family, then why are we paying so much for your gas, motherfucker? That's it. I don't know. I'm going to a wedding in a couple of weeks. I'm going to keep track of the songs and the awfulness that's going to be played there, and I'm sure We Are Family is going to come on in celebration. I'll be outside most of the wedding, waiting outside. I can't sit through it, but I will keep track of the shit that's played. But there's absolutely no reason for any kind of music at any gas pump. None. Nobody's looking. Nobody's going to go, yeah, I'm going to go get gas. So you just got gas yesterday. You still have a half a tank. I know, but I'm just going to go fill up the rest of the tank. And, because they usually play good music while I'm filling my fucking gas tank. You think anyone said, yeah, I'm not going to that Shell station. They don't play gas when you pump the fucking, they don't play music when you pump your gas. I'm going to go to the Exxon down the street because even though it's 3 cents more a gallon, I'm going to go there because they play music as you're pumping your gas. You're talking to your friends in town. Yeah, I got my gas at that Shell station. Yeah, I don't go there. I don't know. Yeah, they don't play music at the gas pump, so I go somewhere else. Not one person would say that ever. All right. Awful Yelp reviews. People bitching, crying. A bunch of people that we just want to tell on people, want to report people. If you're not going to leave 5 stars or at least 4 stars, then get the fuck off of Yelp. All right? 5 or 4 stars to help the business out, and that's it. You didn't have a good time at that business. There's about 100 other places in the area that you can go to. You're not going to get your ass kissed every time you go out. You're going to have to realize that. You're going to have to come to that conclusion. Lower your expectations before you go to dinner. Okay, before you're going to try this new restaurant or you're going to go back to this place to give it one more chance. Lower your expectations. And then when you don't get exactly what you want, you're not going to be that disappointed. Go in there with a fucking plan. If you see the place is packed and your waitress is taking a long time to come over to the table and it looks like they don't have enough staff, just go, hey, man, we better put our orders in early because we don't know when she's going to come to the table. She's running around like a maniac. She's got like 6 different tables, it looks like. So what are we going to get? Like, you pretty much eat the same thing or similar things every time you go to a restaurant. So have an idea what the fuck you're going to get. If you've been there before, you already know what's on the fucking menu. All right? Do you like the meatballs? Do you like the pizza? Do you like the chicken sandwich? What do you usually get here? Then get that. It's not that big of a decision. What if I don't like it? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Give it a shot. You're not going to need an electric chair in the morning. This isn't your last meal. Figure it the fuck out. But, look, people on Yelp, they're the people that want to tell on everybody about everything. They just want to get people in trouble. They like doing that. They don't even give a shit that they might be ruining other people's lives. Maybe you trashed that waitress. Maybe she wasn't fucking on top of her game that fucking day. Maybe she had some personal problems going on. Maybe she just found her mom's got cancer and she's fucking, she's in a daze. She's not really paying attention. She screwed up a couple of orders. Then you're going to trash that waitress on Yelp and maybe she loses her job and she needs it. But you don't think of that. You don't think of that. She might be a single mom, has got a kid at home, barely paying enough money to, pay the babysitter while she works. Relies on those tips to pay her bills. You don't give a shit about any of that. Nope. I didn't get my way. And I'm going to let everyone know about it. It's going to be on the internet forever. Well, a few weeks ago, Yelp, maybe it was a couple of months ago, it says Yelp debuts new feature allowing users to report businesses that mask and social distance violations. So basically, Yelp has a new feature on their site that if you go into a business and you see someone not wearing a mask or they're not that enough apart, you can report them on your fucking Yelp page. That's what a fucking shitty company this is. Not only do you have to trash the restaurant and maybe cost them a lot of money and business and people's jobs, you see one waitress with that fucking mask below her nose, you report it on Yelp. We have a new feature now. If you see somebody standing like 3 feet away from behind somebody instead of 6, take a picture, post it on Yelp. We'll get them in trouble. We'll get that business in trouble. Look at these people. What are they doing now that every business is pretty much open now and none of that bullshit applies anymore? How fucking great is it? These people got to be so mad. They want to report it, but nobody cares. Yeah, look, they're only standing at 3 feet apart. Yeah, you could stand right on top of each other for now. That rule is over with. We don't have to abide by it anymore. How fucking great is that? Well, then I'm just going to get my order to go. Good. We don't want you around. We don't want you in here fucking just inspecting everything. These fucking Yelp people like inspectors that come in and have to look at everything to make sure everything's perfect. It took us a while to get our silverware. Did it? You know what I've done before when there was no silverware on the counter on my table and I already put an order in because they're rushing around like in a diner? I'll get up. While I'm waiting for my food, while I'm waiting like 10 minutes for my fucking breakfast, I'll get up and go over where there's silverware and just take it. Because it's usually hanging out by the waitress station or whatever. I just get up because I know they're busy. No big deal. My kid needs ketchup for the table. I'll get up and take it off at another empty table. There's a ketchup bottle. So I don't have to worry about it. I don't just sit there and then the waitress finally brings the food. Go, by the way, we need ketchup and, yeah, we don't have our silverware yet. All you got to do is think ahead. And I don't get mad that I got to walk over to that fucking waitress station to pick up, to get some silverware. Why should I be doing this? Who gives a shit? I know, it's that far of a walk. I got no problem walking by the waitress station to go take a piss. That's fine. I just, I got to get out of my seat again. They should have this on the table. Why isn't there a bottle of ketchup on every table? Because there isn't. And instead of fucking waiting another few minutes, once the food comes, I'll get the stuff in advance. I'm ready. I'm ready to fucking eat when they put it on the table. I don't need anything. That's how you go into a fucking place. And if they're slow with the service, with the drinks, order 2 at a time. It's pretty fucking simple. Get 2 at a time. If you're going to sit there and drink a bunch of beers or whatever, they're taking a long time because the place is packed, get 2 at a time. Pretty simple. Today's podcast is sponsored by Cuts Clothing. Go to cutsclothing.com. They got great men's clothing there. They got cool T-shirts. They got polo shirts. They got hooded sweatshirts, crew sweatshirts. They got really good stuff there. They got GQ magazine calls the only shirt worth wearing. Look, if you're a dude, you listen to podcasts, just check out the website. You might like some of the stuff there. If you're a girl, you got a boyfriend, you got a husband that listens, go there, get them some clothes. Why not? Supports the podcast. Each piece of clothing is designed with custom engineered fabric, expertly graded for the perfect fit, arming you for every challenge and opportunity every day. Can you believe that? Is that unbelievable? They got a wrinkle-free Pika polo shirt, a design that keeps you fitted for the office. You can wear it on the golf course, the gym, the home, wherever the hell, your next date. Look, anything that is wrinkle-free for a guy is golden. I only want to buy shirts that are wrinkle-free, and this company has them. Just go to cutsclothing.com. It's not just a lifestyle. It's not just clothing. It's office leisure apparel for the sport of business. So you get 15% off your first order by going to cutsclothing.com/awful. That's cutsclothing.com/awful for 15% off the only shirt worth wearing. Joe sent this one in. This guy goes, save yourself the trip. Went for dinner on a Friday night at 10 of 8. The waitress told us to quickly order because the cook leaves at 8 and doesn't like staying late. So what I heard is our food was going to be rushed and not cooked properly. But more importantly, who cleans the grill at the end of the day? That's what this guy is worried about. Who cleans the grill Like the cook wants to leave at 8 and he's just not going to clean the grill. He's just going to leave. And the owner responds, hey, sorry, we never have to rush to order your dinner here. Not sure why the server would tell you to hurry up. We are here till 9 o'clock every night. And by the way, the grill probably gets cleaned 100 times a day. This guy is worried about who cleans the grill at the end of the night. So, what he heard is the food was going to be rushed and not cooked properly. How does he know that? The waiter didn't say that. Yeah, what you heard isn't what she fucking said, okay? According to the manager's reply, she didn't even say that the cook leaves at 8 because they're always open till 9. So maybe this guy should stop going to restaurants and start going to a doctor to get his fucking head checked out. Hey, listen, I'm hearing things. So the guy's pissed that he only had 10 minutes to place his order. I'm sure this is the same guy who writes a shitty review if they have to wait 15 minutes to order. So maybe he should tell us exactly what the perfect amount of time is for the waitress to wait before taking an order, okay? Is it 12 minutes, 14 minutes? He should let the restaurant industry know so they can avoid getting bad reviews in the future. Hey, listen, at the 10-minute mark, I want to order my food. I already got my drinks. I'm already looking at the menu. 10 minutes, you come to my table. I've been to a lot of restaurants. I've never worried about who was going to clean the grill at the end of the night. Not once did I think if the grill was clean, who's going to clean it, how long they're going to stay. This guy's got to probably have some bad OCD about germs and cleanliness for him to put that in there. I bet you this is the kind of guy that follows the waitress into the bathroom to make sure she washed her hands after taking a shit. Right? He opens the door a little while. I just wanted to make sure you're washing your hands. Yeah, because it wasn't going to be cooked properly because he wants to go. So he's just going to cook the chicken, It's still going to be half, it's still going to be fucking pink inside. Half cooked. Yeah, look, sorry, I got to get out of here. It's 8 o'clock. I got to get the fuck out of here. Does this guy think that this would be the only time that a cook would try to get the meals out as fast as he could? How about when it's dinner time and the place is packed? Don't you think the cook would be rushing to get those 50 meals out? Even more than the 2 or 3 at the end of the night? I have a feeling he's rushing those 50 meals out a little harder than he would instead of a couple of meals at fucking 10 to 8 for this asshole that comes in. And I guess this guy, if you think about it, he didn't even stay for dinner since he didn't mention anything about the meal. So he doesn't even know if it would have been cooked properly or not because he left. What a baby. Who's going to clean more importantly, who's going to clean the grill at the end of the night? If that guy's going to leave at 8, how are they going to clean the grill? Unbelievable. Doesn't have enough time to order. Nope. Then they just leaves. I'm going to leave because this is bullshit. Another owner that fucking comes right back at him. This is great that these owners are starting to come back at these people. And look, if you think like, hey, I better not come back at somebody because I own this business, people are going to read Yelp reviews before they go to a restaurant. And if I go back at this customer and call them out, I might lose more customers. Like, oh man, this owner seems like a dick. you're not going to lose any business, because what you're going to do is you're going to fucking keep these other people that would bitch. Anyone that would be offended that the owner came back and goes, hey, listen, man, the place closed at 9. All right, we clean the grill 100 times a day. I don't know why the waitress wouldn't say that at 8 o'clock, hurry up, because the cook wants to leave. So anyone that might be offended that the owner did that is going to do the same shit to you, is going to be a fucking pain in the ass when they come in. You don't want those people in your business. It's not worth it, okay? They got a $63 bill, okay? You probably made, what, I don't know, $35 on that $63 bill? Okay, is it worth it? Is it worth $35 to have those people in your fucking business and then them bashing you on Yelp? If I looked at Yelp reviews before I went to a restaurant, I saw the owner fighting back with these babies, I'd be like, let's fucking go. I want to go to this place. I like this owner. He don't take no shit. That's how you run a business. You don't take no shit. Rich sent this one in. Rich in Delaware. He goes, this guy goes, I just don't get the hype here. We keep trying again, thinking maybe it was a bad day. Maybe we're just unlucky. But now, after 5 visits, I think it's time for a review. Do you? Now you think it's time for a review? Not good. Not even almost good. The menu is interesting. I'll give them that. But poorly executed. Below average and tasteless in our experience. Those saying these are the best steaks in town, I don't get it. Maybe standards are low. We'll stick to the other steakhouse. And the owner comes back. Hey, firstly, thanks for your business. Second, this is a reviewing page, so let's turn the mirror around on this review and the reviewer. It's hard for me to believe food that's not even almost good warrants 5 visits. Seems to me that would have been sorted out in the first 2 or 3 visits. Sorry, not buying it. Your review history is filled with a preponderance of negative reviews, including ripping 2 other beloved local restaurants during the early coronavirus breakout when everyone was scrambling to keep up with the takeout-only transition and the wonderful rush of support we were getting from the public. Looks to me like you enjoyed the sound of your own shots more than you consider the target. Finally, you apparently have a more highly tuned palate than most people in the area based on your low standards comment. So why would the rest of the unwashed masses in this area care about your opinion? Your credibility here, not good. Not even almost good. Is that fucking beautiful? First of all, I've never read a menu that is interesting. Has anyone ever read yeah, what are you going to get? I'm not sure yet, but I got to tell you, this menu is really interesting. What do you mean? What makes it interesting? Well, it's got appetizers, salads, sandwiches, entrees. They got desserts, and they got a list of different drinks you can order. Wow, that's a lot more interesting than any other menu I ever had. That's really wow. More restaurants which should have these interesting menus. This is interesting. Can I take this home? Yelp should hire this manager to write reviews of asshole reviewers. This guy is great. So we're supposed to take advice from a guy who keeps eating at a restaurant that he hates. He's been there 5 times. He's given it 5 chances. He keeps going back. I wonder if this guy keeps catching his wife in bed with other guys, goes, if I catch you doing this 3 or 4 more times, I'm fucking leaving you. I love that the manager ends with a callback. Right to this guy's review. He goes, your credibility here, not good. Not even almost good. Fucking great. And the photo of this reviewer in his profile is a cooked crab with a Burt Reynolds doll head on it. Anybody going to take this guy serious? So this guy, he's all high standards. He's not used to these low standards, right? He's all about low standards. But I checked out his dumb reviews, and I saw that he gave a 4-star review to a highway truck stop. So, but he has, only high standards. He's sick of these low standards. But he gives a 4-star review to a highway truck stop. The only way you could give a fucking 4-star review to a highway truck stop is if you got blown by a prostitute in the parking lot. She came over, she goes, hey, $10, I'm desperate. Okay, she got in your car, she blew you, and she left. I'd give it 4 stars. Unbelievable. This guy, I'm looking at his reviews. So he's 65 reviews on Yelp. 22 of them are 1 star. 10 of them are 2 stars. Do you think this guy has a problem everywhere he goes? Rich that sent us in from Delaware saying, how can you not love this business owner and seriously screw this guy with his review history? 32 out of 65 are 1 or 2 stars. He gave 1-star reviews to a Papa John's, a Sonic, Hardee's, Chili's, McDonald's. Not sure what you can expect from large corporate chains with young kids and minimum wage workers just trying to get through their days. It's great because Rich goes, I hope he chokes on his next meal and they find him hunched over the keyboard writing a 1-star Yelp review. That's fucking beautiful. There's a lot of babies out there. Like, this is the place where you're going to find the most baby. I'm telling. Remember that kid used to tell on you? I tell my kid all the time, don't tell on kids. All right? Keep your fucking mouth shut unless you're going to get in a lot of trouble. But most of the time, don't go, hey, he did it. Don't tell on people. No one's going to want to hang out with you. Robin sends this one in. It's a vape shop. The guy gave a 1-star review. And this is how he starts the review off. When I was 12 years old, my mother had to sit me down and tell me that my father had committed suicide. At the time, this was the absolute worst experience of my entire life. I thought that nothing could ever top this until I went into this vape shop. This place has unscrupulous service with narcissism running rampant throughout the store. Lack of knowledge from most and all employees concerning vaping and vape juice is commonplace here. I thought the owner of the store might be able to amend my bad experience, but all he did was justify his employees and their ineptitude. Well, it's all coming together now, isn't it? I said to myself. I will never be back to this dreadful establishment. I will be telling all my friends, and believe me, I have a lot of my horrific experience here, and I will never give them a dime more of my hard-earned money. Please do yourself a favor and shop somewhere else for vape juice. So a bunch of fucking kids vaping, fucking stoned out of their mind, hanging out in a vape shop. He's saying that when he was 12 years old, his mother had to sit him down and tell him that his father had committed suicide. He thought that was the worst experience of his life, but nope. Going into his vape shop, and these kids just going, and not really fucking helping him out was worse than his father's suicide. This guy writes this whole long paragraph bitching about this place without telling us what his actual problem was. He didn't tell us. All he's saying is lack of knowledge from most of all the employees. Which is it? Most or all? It can't be both. Did some of them have knowledge and some of them didn't? They had no knowledge concerning vape and vape juice. What is there to know about vaping and vape juice? It's a vape pen, okay? It's not a fucking NASA fucking spaceship. It's not that complicated. You put the vape juice in the vape pen and you suck on the end. Pretty simple. I would be telling all my friends, and believe me, I have a lot. Yeah, I don't believe you. Any guy who would write a review of this, like this, maybe has 2 friends. And how much interaction, really, do you need when you go into a vape store? It should be you asking the guy behind the counter, yeah, where are your vape juices? And him going, yeah, right over there. That's it. That's all the interaction you need. Hey, you got any fucking cherry juice? I don't even know if they make that. I've never been to a vape fucking store before. You got any cherry? Yeah, it should be over there by that stuff over there. How about you go fucking find it, motherfucker? But them not really helping out and not knowing what's going on, a bunch of stoners sitting around fucking high. This interaction in this vape store was worse than his father's suicide when he was 12 years old. That's how bad it was in there for him. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless over that someone come out to him, what was worse, your father's suicide at 12 years old? You don't have a father, and you got to live with that the rest of your life, or that those people in the vape shop not really helping you out and not really knowing what you're talking about. I got to go with the vape shop. Like, is he going to go to therapy over that? Like, he'd have to go to therapy over his father's death, which is brutal. Brutal. For a 12-year-old kid, horrific. That is the worst thing he's ever going to deal with in his life. He has no idea. He thinks it's the vape shop. But you're going to go to therapy over that? Like, yeah, I want to see a therapist. So, yeah, my father committed suicide when I was 12. Oh, my God, tell me all about it. What were you feeling then? Well, before I get to that, I want to tell you something that's even worse than that. I went into this local vape shop, and they didn't know how to help me. I asked them a couple simple questions, and they kind of just blew me off, and I was kind of on my own. That's why I'm really here. I want to talk about that. I want to fucking get to the root of the problem of that. This woman leaves a 1-star Yelp review. She writes, honestly, I read all of the reviews about this place and thought I would love it because of the home-cooked meals, fast service, and friendly staff. Just that you read all these reviews of this place, you got way too much time on your hands. Let me read this. How about you just go there and try the fucking food? It's one meal. You get 3 meals a day times 7, right? For the week, you got 21 meals, all right? How about you fucking take a chance instead of reading all the reviews? Let's go to this place. Let's try it out. If that meal wasn't good, you got 20 left the rest of the fucking week. Everyone's got to be subpar for you. Even in the morning, you just feel like, I don't know, you're going to cook some eggs. and some toast. What if the eggs are a little runny? What if your husband made them a little runny? You going to bitch about that? Is that going to ruin your day too? That's because that's one of the meals out of the 21. Maybe you pack a lunch for work, whatever. You know, you made a sandwich, a turkey sandwich, and you put some fucking apple slices in there too. How's that meal? Is that okay? Because that's one of the 21 too. But no, I'm going to I read all these reviews. I thought I would love it because of a home-cooked meal. It's home-cooked. I don't give a fuck where it's cooked. I don't care if you cook it out of your backyard. I don't care if you're cooking it at a fucking Porta-John. Just feed me my food. Oh, it's home-cooked. Does that make it better that it's home-cooked? So this restaurant brings the fucking food in from their house and brings it to the restaurant and serves it? What's the difference if it's home-cooked or cooked in the back of at the kitchen at the restaurant? I'd rather at home. I'd rather the guy cook it at home than cook it in the back in the kitchen here. It's the same exact shit he's going to put in, the same exact spices and everything else that he's going to do at home. But I'd rather he cook it on his own stove. Fucking assholes, picky motherfuckers. Jesus Christ. Got nothing else to bitch about. Just this. She continues that she thought you'd love the place because of the home-cooked meals, fast service, and friendly staff. None of that turned out to be true. Couldn't say barely one nice thing about this place. It was horrible to get a table. How was it horrible to get a table? What does that mean, that it was horrible to get a table? I want to know. Did they make you play Russian roulette? You know, did the maitre d' make you eat a piece of cat shit before he seats you? Hey, listen, whoever wants to eat this cat shit will be seated first. Is that what horrible it was to get a table? What was so fucking horrible? You go in, yeah, there's going to be a 15-minute wait. What's your name? I'll put it on a list. What's so horrible? Yeah, and you had to wait around? You researched every fucking review that wasn't in there, that they get busy at like 5:30 or 6 o'clock? You didn't think of that. Yeah, you went right on a Friday night at fucking 6 o'clock or a Saturday at 6 o'clock. And you know, it was horrible to get a table, right? Because you had to wait 15 minutes. You fucking asshole. You couldn't go at 8 or you couldn't go at 5. Hey, let's go at 5. It's going to be less crowded. Couldn't make that decision. Nope. Got to go right when everyone else is going. But I guess that wasn't in the review. Don't go there at Friday or Saturday right at dinner time because it's crowded. I guess you didn't read that, so, you know. I didn't think it was going to be that. Okay, so she goes, it was horrible to get a table, and I got sat at a dirty one because that's like I said, she's an inspector, looking around at everything. Look, there's a little piece of, there's a straw wrapper on the table. That's disgusting. Sounds like they were busy, and maybe the fucking waitress that wiped down the table before they sat you might have missed a spot. Get over it, cunt. She continues, it took 20 minutes to get a couple of waters. Okay, that you go in a restaurant to drink waters, you cheap fuck, is what you are. We just want waters. If we get it, they charge $2.19 for a soda. That's a lot. Let's just drink waters. So she says it took 20 minutes to get waters, then another 20 minutes for even to put in our order. It was busy, but they weren't seating full capacity. An entire hour goes by after putting in our food, and no one came to check on us for refills. Our waitress came back and is like, oh, let me check on your food. Goes in and doesn't come back for another like 10 minutes. Comes back out and proceeded to tell us the kitchen just never saw our order. Got our food and everything was wrong. The taste of the food was horrible and we had to go inside to ask for refills. Then when they came out and gave them to us, basically threw them at us. All in all, this didn't even deserve a 1 star for the money we paid for home-cooked food. Could have fed a whole team at McDonald's for better quality and speed. Ugh. Another liar who said they waited an hour for their food. From now on, the waitress should put a timer at the table so we know exactly the time from when they sat down and got their waters to the time once they ordered their food and it came out. This would cut down on half of these bad reviews if there was proof on how long they wanted. Like if I owned the restaurant, I would reply underneath their review with the surveillance footage, with the time running on top of the screen to prove what liars they were. Look at this mark. It didn't take 10 minutes for the waters for her to get your waters. Look, she came over in 3.5 minutes. Look, 4 minutes later, she was at your table taking your orders, and 22 minutes later, your food came out. Okay, you're fucking lying. And by the way, here's the footage. The waitress didn't throw the drink orders at you. Okay, look, this is how she put them on the table. Do you see anybody throwing anything? Look, if any of this might have happened, even though she exaggerated the times by way too much, you know, do these people know that they're allowed to flag down a waitress if you need something? You know, you can wave at her. She's passing by. Go, excuse me. I've done that 100 times, and they always come to my table. But they threw the refills at them. How come they didn't get any water on their clothes? Why didn't you go, I was drenched? I guess you caught that water in midair, right? You caught that glass of water in midair. Look, if the waitress threw the drinks at you, why didn't you file assault charges against her, right? She threw a fucking drink at you. You can call the cops. She can get arrested. Why didn't you do that? You're fucking bitching about everything else. So she threw them at you, but none of the water came out and landed on the table, on you, on your food, nothing. What a miracle, a full glass of fucking water. She threw them at him. But it's unbelievable that it didn't touch anybody. It didn't hit anybody, nothing. So according to her, it was 20 minutes to get the water, another 20 to have the order taken, another hour sitting there without the waitress coming back, then 10 minutes while the waitress checks on their food. That's already an hour and 50 minutes. And then they had to wait longer because the kitchen never saw their order, according to this woman. So you figure that's another half hour to get their food. So she's saying they waited almost 2.5 hours to get their food and then didn't even complain to the manager. Yelp needs to be deplatformed. You know, like that conservative Twitter Parler. Remember they just took that off the App Store. They took it out of the App Store, and you couldn't get it for like a month. That's what they need to do with Yelp. Have the App Store take down the fucking Yelp app. Like I said, I've never read reviews of a restaurant before I went in there to eat. You know why? Because I know I'm having another meal in a little while. If I don't like this meal, I'm probably going to like the next one.